This is the Dallas Morning News.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.
Hello, and welcome to Eat, Drink, DFW, the podcast from the Dallas Morning News food team. Each week, we take a look at food and drink trends in North Texas, talk about restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth, learn some new recipes, and sometimes even get tips from you, our listeners. I'm Anna Butler, the Dallas Morning News' food editor, and all this month, we are focusing on your favorite go-to recipes for the summer. We asked you what you'd be eating this year, and you guys had some amazing suggestions. We'll share those along with some great grilling ideas right after this.
Don't miss the Texas Chowdown going on now at Central Market, where we're really into Texas. Like our buttermilk pecan pie is nuttier than a rodeo clown. We like our cowboy cut bacon even thicker than the humidity. And when talking Gulf oysters, we shuck around and find out. We're really into Texas. If you are too, gather round for the Texas Chowdown, featuring tasty local favorites from the Panhandle to the coast, as only Central Market could wrangle up, like Gulf shrimp, Texas beef, local peaches, and more. Shop now at Central Market.
For the latest food and restaurant news, visit dallasnews.com/food. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so email us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. Today, I am joined by our food writer, Sarah Blaskovich and Imelda Garcia, who have been collecting recipes from readers and listeners for weeks now. Honestly, nobody wants to be in a hot kitchen right now, so what are some easy options?
Nobody wants to be in a kitchen, and let me tell you something that I found on Instagram. Do you remember Martha Stewart, right?
I remember Martha Stewart, yeah.
Of course. So she made this corn in a cup, the way we eat in Mexico City. You take the corn and you put some mayo on it and then some cheese. And then in Mexico, we put some chilito, like a spicy one. But she made it with cayenne pepper. And I was like, what is that? Instead of the chili.
Yeah, it's like this is a new recipe for Martha, perhaps, Imelda. A recipe you've been eating your whole life.
Yeah, and everywhere in Mexico. It's very popular over there.
Well, I'm so glad she found it.
That's how I felt when the rest of America found out about ranch water.
All right, fair enough. We come to something when we come to it. But Imelda, I'm going to take your advice first on how to make elotes.
Yeah, and I have another recipe for you today. For the summer, every Hispanic family always eats caldo de res. You know what caldo de res is? Beef soup with vegetables. And you will say, but why do you eat a hot plate?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, what is happening there? So the logic behind the dish is, okay, it's summer. It's really hot, right? So you had to be hotter so you feel fresh with the weather.
Ooh, this is sort of like if you get a sunburn and you take a hot shower, it takes the burn out of it.
That's the theory, right?
Okay, I don't actually know if that works.
I don't either. But that's the logic of Hispanic moms. But the recipe is really easy. I mean, you take your beef meat, right? And potatoes, some zucchini, carrots, chayote squash, and corn on the cob, even cabbage. So you mix everything together and you put it some salt with water, and that's it. I mean, you just boil it. And maybe you can add some mint leaves.
While it's cooking or after?
No, with the cooking, while it's cooking.
You cook the mint in the broth.
Correct.
What does the mint do to it?
It gives you more taste. It's a mom's secret right there.
It sounds very fresh.
Yeah, but let me give you a warning, guys. You are going to sweat like a pig after you eat this. But then you're going to feel great because, yeah, of course, you sweat all the hot inside of you and now you are fresh. Yeah, it's a very good recipe. And now Anna, it's writing down right now. I think she's going to try it.
I don't know. Generations of Hispanic families have to be onto something here.
Well, I'm excited about this next recipe because we've heard from so many different family members on this, and Imelda's sister reached out to us with a recipe.
Well, hello. My name is Fernanda, and I am here in Denton, and my favorite recipe, summer recipe, is chilaquiles. I watched this chilaquiles recipe in TikTok online, and this is my go-to since, especially when I don't have a lot of time on my hands or when I had too many margaritas, summer margaritas the day before. So this recipe, of course, depends on the quantity you will be making and everything, but the measurements that I have is technically for one serving. So we'll need either soft tortillas, or you can also use some tortilla chips. We'll need water, tahini, and some hot sauce. So this is, of course, optional. So if we are making the chips from scratch, of course, we'll need to fry those soft tortillas first in a pan so we can give it a chilaquiles some texture, some crunchiness, of course. this will take about 4 to 5 tortillas, and then in a separate container, we'll add a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of tahini. This is when you decide how spicy you want your chilaquiles to be. I always add a little bit of hot sauce, like Tabasco, Cholula, Valentina, or you can always add more tahini to it. But you can also add all kinds of salsas, so take your pick. Once our tortillas are fried, we add our tahini mixture into the pan and maintain in low heat until we get our preferred chilaquiles texture. I know some people prefer them more soggy or crunchy than others, so this is something that you can decide as well. And once these are ready, you can always add sour cream, onion, cheese. I know some people add chicken to it, some eggs. You can always add whatever you feel like. And yeah, these will be ready to enjoy after.
You know what? This is outrageous.
There were so many surprises for you in that recipe, which is funny because this is your sister. Tell us what's wrong.
Oh my God, tajin for chilaquiles. That's sacrilege. I don't know. My mom will beat you right now with a chancla, Oh my God. Let's call my mom and figure out how is the real recipe doing.
Ooh.
Bueno.
Hola, Ma, ¿cómo están?
Bien, ¿y tú cómo estás?
Bien, mi hermano acaba de hablar al podcast con una receta que está increíblemente mal hecha de chilaquiles con tajín.
¿Y quién le dio esa receta?
Pues no sé, pero yo dije, yo le voy a hablar a mi mamá a ver cómo se hace. So I'm telling my mom, you know what, my sister had this awful recipe of chilaquiles. So I'm calling you because I need to know the real recipe. So, okay, ¿nos puede dar la receta, por favor? So can you give us the recipe, please?
Claro que sí, con mucho gusto.
Okay, she said, yeah, sure. Okay.
Mira, los ingredientes son tortillas de maíz, tomate verde y chile serrano, cebolla y queso.
Okay, we need corn tortillas, green chiles, green tomatoes, onion, and cheese.
Y para prepararlos, se parten las tortillas en pedazos pequeños.
So to prepare them, you cut the tortillas into small pieces.
Se doran.
You fry them.
Las tortillas y se ponen a cocer los tomates con los chiles verdes.
And you boil the green chilies with the green tomatoes.
Y se muelen.
Then you grind them.
Ya que hayas molido el tomate y el chile, ya tienes listo para que se preparen y se sirvan calientitos.
So when you have your salsa ready, so you prepare the whole plate with the corn tortillas and you serve them really hot.
Pero también tienes lista cebolla picada, queso fresco rallado o queso para gratinar.
And you must be ready with chopped onion or fresh cheese or grated cheese.
Y luego ya que los vayas a servir calientitos, le pones en el recipiente donde están las tortillas doradas, ponle la cebolla y sal.
So when you are ready to serve them, you add more onion and salt.
Ya que eso que esté calientito, agregas el chile, lo que moliste, los chiles.
And then you add the salsa.
Y lo mueves bien y checas que tenga la suficiente sal.
Oh, and you check on the salt, if it's okay with the salt.
Y eso es todo.
And that's it. You have the perfect chilaquiles right there from a real Mexican mom.
Wonderful. And apparently it's so much better than Sister Fernanda's.
Dice que son se escuchan mucho mejor que los de mi hermana Fernanda y definitivamente sí se escuchan mejor.
Sí, quién sabe quién le daría esa receta a tu hermana.
Who knows where did she find that recipe that is so wrong, she said.
So,
okay.
Mama agrees with you.
Sí, yeah. Okay, muchas gracias, Ma.
Ándale, pues, cuídate mucho.
Bye.
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 So that's the real chilaquiles recipe, guys.
Your sweet sister.
I know, right?
She's going to be like, you threw me right under that bus. All I'm trying to do is add the spices I want to add.
I know, right?
Okay, well, as you guys know, we're big fans of outdoor cooking, and not just in the summertime. In my house, we've been making a lot of vegetables on the grill and on the smoker. There are lots of things you can do on your grill. Our friend Drew, who we profiled in the Dallas Morning News because of his Michelin travels throughout Texas, reached out with his favorite summer burger.
Hey guys, this is Drew, the Michelin Man, and I have a fantastic burger recipe that I think is perfect for summertime. I'm a big smash burger guy, so you can do this either on a grill or a flat top if you have one. I prefer a flat top. So, all right, I've got some aggressive burger opinions that I'm going to throw out here. I think this is the type of stuff that would really stir up a comment section, so If you disagree, that's totally fine. But these are my tough, strong burger opinions. So I love a Martin's potato bun. I think any squishy potato bun is fine. I like to toast them for just a little bit of structure, and that's not really for taste. It's just the ability to hold the sauce without the bun turning to mush. I love using an 80-20 blend of chuck. It can really be anything, sirloin, ribeye, brisket, whatever you want. I just like a really fatty patty. Salt and pepper those things up really good. American cheese, which in my opinion is the only cheese that belongs on a burger. Best made pickles. I love pickles that don't resemble their natural state. I don't want it to seem like a cucumber. So the local brand, they're made in Texas, best made pickles, the thin dill chips, those are perfect for a burger. I think that's really the only thing you need on a burger. I don't like lettuce or tomato. If you do want some sliced red onion, just make sure you whip out your mandolin and get them micro thin. Burger sauce. This is kind of the big thing here. I mean, if you guys are just mayo fans, I love to throw some Dukes on there, a little, yellow mustard. But with a burger sauce, I like to kind of zest this up and kind of do some like Southeast Asian flair. So I like to mix together like some Whataburger spicy ketchup, some mayo, yellow mustard as a base. I love to throw some lime juice in there, a little Thai chili, garlic, fish sauce, maybe some chili crunch or some Worcestershire. I love to whip that up and throw that on the top and bottom of the burger just to give it some nice flair. I think it works really well in the summer. That's what I like to do. I like to be poolside with buddies. I live in the village and we have a grill nearby our pool. Like to have some people over, throw these on the grill, serve them to everyone. And it's just a fun time. I don't think it's necessary to serve these burgers with anything, just some nice kettle chips and some beers and just some LaCroix, whatever you want. I think that makes for a really great time.
Okay, Drew, that's pretty awesome. I have almost no notes, but the first one, fatty patty. I do want a fatty patty.
Me
and
too.
I like that you called it that. Second, if you enjoyed Drew's recipe, you should really go back into your podcast app to February 27th. The name of the episode is The Ultimate Quest, ? Eat at every Michelin star restaurant in Texas. Drew is the star of that podcast, and he explained to us his crazy trek all around the Lone Star State to eat at all 15 Michelin starred restaurants. And it's a really great listen. So Drew, thanks for your fatty patty. That sounds like a great burger.
And Chef André Natera was also on the podcast with us recently. And of course, we wouldn't let him leave without sharing a summer recipe with us.
Hey, this is Chef André Natera from Chef's PSA. I'm going to give you what I would cook for my loved ones during the summer. I'm a big steak person. If you're a big steak person, pick your favorite steak, whatever that is. Is that a ribeye? Is that a New York strip? Is that a culotte steak? Whatever you enjoy eating, get that one. Prime is good. Wagyu is good. Buy the best one you could get. You're going to treat yourself. Next, you're going to season it. This is really important. This is probably the most important part of this process. If you're cooking on cast iron, that's okay. Over charcoal or wood, also fine. But you're going to create a seasoning mix with dried mushroom powder, a little bit of salt, and you're going to take some wakame seaweed and you're going to dry it a little bit in the oven at a low temperature at about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's kind of crispy, you're going to put all of that in a spice grinder. You're going to mix it all up. So you're going to have a wakame salt with a little bit of mushroom powder. Season your steak heavily. You want to get a good crust on it, whether that's on the grill or whether that's in a super hot cast iron pan. Then you want to cook it with some onions. So you want to marinate your onions, and I like to do a little bit of miso, some smoked soy sauce if you could find it. If not, soy sauce will work. A little bit of rice wine vinegar, some olive oil, a little bit of salt. Mix that up into a little glaze. Put that on your onions. You could pop them right in the oven in a pan. Once they're soft, fork tender, you could reduce that liquid and you could glaze the onions, serve it with your steak. When your steak is done, if you're feeling extra, heat up some beef tallow, infuse it with some garlic, and maybe throw a couple of rosemary sprigs in there. Turn those rosemary sprigs into a brush. After you slice your steak, brush it with that beef tallow that's infused with garlic. And then a little Maldon finishing salt over the top. Make sure you give me credit. Don't steal my recipe.
Rosemary as a brush? Yes, please.
He had me at mushroom salt.
Totally.
My mind was blown. I will say in terms of ease, maybe we've heard easier, but you know what? I want to make this recipe.
Totally. I mean, we asked a Texas chef, to tell us his summertime recipe. It wasn't going to be 3 ingredients.
Pro tip, if you do need to find mushroom powder, you can get it at Central Market and other places that sell bulk items typically.
Also, there is a new mushroom company that has a storefront in Deep Ellum called Mushroom Street, and they have their own proprietary blend of mushroom spices. So if you're really into mushrooms, maybe try that one-stop mushroom shop.
And we're just going to keep it all in the family because it wouldn't be one of these summer episodes without a relative of mine on it. Got another sister. Surprise.
Hi, this is Allie Butler Williford. I'm Anna Butler's big sister. I'm originally from Austin, Texas, but live in Dallas now. I wanted to share with y'all a fun summer recipe that my kids and family love. It's shrimp boil, but it's actually done on a sheet pan in your oven. Pretty simple to pull together. Get a pound of yummy shrimp from Central Market that's deveined and peeled. Get 3 or 4 ears of summer corn and some yellow or red new potatoes. You'll parboil the potatoes for about 15 minutes, and you'll add the corn for the last 5 minutes until they're both pretty well cooked. And then you'll pop that on a tray with the shrimp and put a yummy compound butter on top that's got some Old Bay and some minced garlic. You'll put it in the oven at 400 for about 10 to 12 minutes till the shrimp's cooked. Then we take it outside and serve it on parchment paper. It's the easiest cleanup in the world. And don't forget to serve it with some slices of lemon. Thanks, ladies. Love you, Anna.
Anna, she sounds like you, but you know what? She has a better recipe than my sister. Because this is well done.
This is the battle of the sisters.
Correct. Yeah.
I have been the beneficiary of this dish, and it really is so good. And so sometimes she makes a kid-friendly version, so it's a little lighter on the Old Bay, anything that might be spicy. But you can also jazz this up with your compound butter. So if you like spicier things like Imelda does, or you could just make 2 versions of it. But like this is kind of a choose-your-own adventure, and you can get it kind of crispy at the end too with a little bit of extra flavor with a broiler just for like a minute or 2 at the end. But man, it's good. And it's just fun.
This also makes me think, if you're feeding enough people, it's just 2 sheet pans, and one's for the kids and one's for the adults. So we can spice it up a little bit or add a little more personality to one. You know, I'm in a time in my life where I feel like we're cooking separate for kids, but I love this for the whole family, just 2 sheet pans.
It really is that easy and that tasty.
This is a wonderful place to end, Anna. I can picture everybody listening with their families. In the summertime, it's hot, this is easy, and everybody is happy from it. That's a good one.
And that's all the time we have for today. If you have an easy summer recipe to share, email us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. And we don't want you to miss an episode. Make sure you're following Eat Drink DFW wherever you find podcasts. Special thanks to our producer, Julie Fisk. For the news, I'm Anna Butler. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.